Hello everyone, welcome to GK Today. All the videos of GK Today are absolutely free and available on GK Today's YouTube channel. And if you are looking for interactive quizzes in text and also their solutions, please download GK Today's Academy Android app. We have several free and paid courses in that app. Now this particular series is of 60 videos and in each video we are going to discuss select 15 questions and we shall also do 500 test questions after end of this series. Now let's start with the questions on Indian polity. So the first question is, who is the chief executive head of the state? Now you have the following options and the correct answer is option B, that is governor. See, the provisions that are related to state executives are in Article 153 to 167 and the state executive is made of governor, chief minister, council of ministers and advocate general. See, the executive authority of a state is vested in the governor and governor is the constitutional head of the state in the same way as the president is the constitutional head of the union. Now the next question is, the Constitution of India does not provide for impeachment of which of the following? So you have the following options and the correct answer is option D, that is governor of an Indian state. See, governor holds office on pleasure of the president and the Constitution does not provide any procedure for removal of the governor from office. However, term of the governor is prescribed as 5 years. Now the next question is, which of the following statements is an incorrect statement about governor of a state? So you have the following statements and the correct answer is option B, that is he nominates 1/6 of the members of a state legislative assembly. See, the second statement is incorrect because the governor nominates 1/6 of the members of the state legislative councils. So now the question is, who all are the part of the state executive? Now you have the following options and the correct answer is option D, that is all of the above. So all of the above mentioned posts are the part of the state executive. See, the governor, the chief minister, the council of ministers and the advocate general of the state are all part of the state executive. Article 153 to 167 in part 6 of the constitution deal with the state executive. So always remember that state executive comprises of 4 posts that is of governor, chief minister, council of minister and the advocate general of the state. Now moving ahead with the next question. So the next question is, which of the following statements are correct about the governor of the state? Now you have the following options and the correct answer is option A, that is the governor is the chief executive of the state. The governor is the chief executive head of the state and also a nominal or titular executive head. He or she acts as an agent of the central government and same person can be appointed as a governor for 2 or more states when required. Now the next question is, what are the reasons for the system of appointment of governor by the president? Now you have the following options and the correct answer is option A, that is direct election of the governor is incompatible with the parliamentary system. See, the following are the reasons for the system of appointment of governor by the president. Firstly, the direct election of the governor is incompatible with the parliamentary system in the states. Secondly, direct elections is more likely to create conflicts between the governor and the chief minister. And thirdly, there is no need to make elaborate arrangements for this election as he or she is just a nominal head. Fourthly, since the election of a governor is on personal issues, it is not in the national interest to involve a large number of voters in such an election, and an elected governor would not be a neutral person as he or she would naturally belong to a party. Further, the election of governor would also create separatist tendencies and the system of presidential nomination enables the center to maintain its control over the states. Further, direct elections of the governor creates a problem of leadership at the time of a general election in the state and the chief minister would like his nominee to contest for governorship, which is not a general election in the state. So the next question is, what are the qualifications for the appointment of a person as a governor? Now you have the following options and the correct answer is option A, that is he should be a citizen of India. See, there are only two qualifications for the appointment of a person as a governor. Firstly, he or she should be a citizen of India, and secondly, he should have completed the age of 35 years. Now the next question is, who administers the oath of the office to the governor? Now you have the following options, and the correct answer is option D, that is the Chief Justice of the State High Court. So the oath of the office to the governor is administered by the Chief Justice of the State High Court, and in his absence, the senior most judge of that court available is responsible for administering the oath. Now the next question is, which of the following statements are correct regarding the term of the governor? So you have the following options, and the correct answer is option A, that a governor holds office for a term of 5 years. See, to be precise, a governor holds office for a term of 5 years, which is subject to the pleasure of the president, and he can resign at any time by addressing a resignation letter to the president. Further, the governor has no security of tenure and can be removed by the president at any time. Now the next question is, what are the powers of the governor with respect to the state election commissioner? Now you have the following options, and the correct answer is option B, that is he decides the tenure of the office of the state election commissioner. So see, a governor appoints the state election commissioner and determines the condition of his service and tenure of the office. But with regards to the removal from the office, the state election commissioner can be removed only on the grounds as that of a judge of a high court. Now the next question is, what are the financial powers of the governor amongst the following options? So you have the following options, and the correct answer is option D, that is all of them. So the financial powers of the governor are as follows. Firstly, that he makes sure that the annual financial statement is laid before the state legislature. Secondly, money bills can be introduced in the state legislature only with the prior recommendation of the governor. Thirdly, demand for a grant cannot be made without his recommendation, and fourthly, he can make advances out of the contingency fund of the state to meet an unforeseen expenditure, and further, he is also responsible for constituting a finance commission after every 5 years to review the financial position of the panchayats and the municipalities. Now the next question is, which article of the Constitution of India states that the executive power of the state shall be vested in the governor? Now you have the following options, different articles, and the correct answer is Article 154, that is option A. So the Article 154 of the Constitution of India states that the executive power of the states shall be vested in the governor and shall be exercised by him either directly or through officers subordinate to him in accordance with the Constitution. Now the next question is, which article of the Indian Constitution states that the Council of Ministers shall be collectively responsible to the Legislative Assembly of the state? Now you have the following options, and the correct answer is option D, that is Article 164. So Article 164 of the Constitution of India states that the Council of Ministers shall be collectively responsible to the Legislative Assembly of the state. Further, this provision in the Indian Constitution is the foundation of the parliamentary system of government in the state. Moving ahead with the next question. So the next question is, in which of the following cases the governor has situational discretion? Appointment of chief minister when no party has a clear-cut majority, or dismissal of the council of ministers when it cannot prove the confidence of the state legislature. Thirdly, dissolution of the state legislative assembly even if the council of ministers has majority. So you have to select the correct options from the codes given below, and the correct answer is option B, that is only 1 and 2 are correct. See, the governor has situational discretion in the appointment of chief minister when no party has a clear-cut majority in the state legislative assembly, or when the chief minister in office dies suddenly and there is no obvious successor. Dismissing the council of ministers when it cannot prove the confidence of the state legislative assembly, and in the dissolution of the state legislative assembly if the council of the ministers has lost its majority. So the last question is, who has the power to direct the establishment of separate development boards for Vidarbha and Marathwada in Maharashtra? So you have the following options, and the correct answer is option C, that is governor. So the governor of a state, though has to consult the council of ministers led by the chief minister, acts finally on his discretion for the establishment of separate development boards for Vidarbha and Marathwada in the state of Maharashtra. Thank you so much. So this was all for today's video, and we hope that you like our new initiative. So please do provide your feedback in our comment section. And stay tuned for the more upcoming videos. Thank you.